Welcome back. In this video, I will go through the sum up on the recent video in terms of the apologies to Crypto Banter and the community. I will respond to your comments. I will provide some additional information, and this video is going to be the last one where I'm ever talking on this topic. I will also tell you what's going to happen next with the channel and what type of content I will be focusing on, so you can decide for yourself if you would want to continue watch this content or if you want to continue watching something else. On top of that, as the second part of the video, I will explain how I was able to spot scam projects and how to spot projects with a lot of red flags to significantly increase the chance of your investments. Like and subscribe to this channel, and let's start. First of all, I wanted to provide some comments on the previous video in terms of the situation with me deleting all of the videos regarding the Satoshi VM topic, and official apology to Ren and Crypto Banter as well. I've checked all the comments that you left under the video. One thing that I can disclose and can say is that usually in these type of situations, the most obvious thing is the right one. I was not paid. In fact, I made $0 in last 2 weeks of me working on this channel, and the channel essentially surging up. Some people might say it's fucking stupid, but this is the situation as it is currently. I do want to stay transparent, I do want to stay truthful, and I do want to provide you with some feedback in terms of the situation on me and Ren and Crypto Banter. On the meeting, Ren showed me the facts that he's not involved in the situation in the first place, that he was trying to protect investors in the first place, that he was against anything that was happening with the projects, even including employees of the company. He showed me something that you can't make up, which is basically previous discussions and communications on the project, which is not something you can make up, even if you would want to. And he also shared a lot of context on people involved into the project, on the situation and things like that. And he also shared some advice on this YouTube channel and type of content and what this type of content can basically do to this YouTube channel as well. I want to state one more time, I do believe Ren is a good man. I do believe Crypto Banter is a legit business. I do believe they're actually on the good side of things. I do believe in a certain way they are the victims of the situation. I do know actually that I've done several accusations in my videos that were not true. And that's why I removed the videos, and that's why I made a public apology. And this is what I think at this stage. I'm convinced Ren is a good man, along with Crypto Banter as a business. It doesn't make sense for the business of this size to try to take part in these type of activities. The damage to the reputation is severe if something like that would be done on purpose. I believe I translated it wrongly, therefore I apologize for it. I know that the audience that I've received through the past several days are largely haters of Crypto Banter, the channel, and essentially a lot of other influencers as well. But specifically in Crypto Banter case, I would want to state that I do not hold anything against the company. I do actually appreciate the value that this company provides on a daily basis, and I do appreciate Ren as a man himself. My profession is to understand people for what they are. In this case, I was provided with substantial evidence that I was wrong. They have nothing to do with the situation, and in a way, they are victims of the situation as well. Ren also schooled me on how media business works and how basically YouTube works as well. And that's why you can only see not only videos about Crypto Banter deleted from the channel, but also the videos about Satoshi VM as a topic as overall as well. Their main reason for that is the fact that it's very easy to block the channel with this type of content on YouTube. YouTube is not the best platform in order to be sharing this type of content. And I do believe as the owner of this channel that this small media platform that I've worked on for 2 months already will do way more damage to the subscribers and viewers of the platform if it would get banned. I take responsibility over these things, and I do acknowledge the risks. If you subscribed to this channel because of the drama and exposing and scandals and things like that, there will be no content like this on the channel moving forward. I got caught in a wave of negativity. I do not want to come out as a negative piece of shit. I don't want to provide content into the world that mostly works as entertainment, that does not provide any value to anyone, that mostly is damaging people and putting the channel, media platform, at risk. At the same time, I will continue highlighting red flags over projects if I would see them. I would do it in a safer way for the channel as well. At this stage, I'm not 100% sure that this channel will not get banned. This is something that might happen easily, only time will show it. I will continue recording videos and providing valuable content. I know that a lot of you were writing comments on the channel being focused only on one topic, that it's not that interesting, we understood, move on and things like that. This is exactly what will happen now. I am removing negativity from the channel. I'm focusing on actually delivering value and the information you can make money on. Because frankly speaking, the core of crypto channels on YouTube is to provide content, information on which you can make money on. Nothing else matters. I will keep showing things that I'm personally very interested in, but the core of me recording videos on this channel is in the first place to help save you funds, and secondly, help make you funds as well. And on top of that, I will be sharing my journey in terms of my portfolio, the things that I'm doing, and the narratives that I'm focusing on, and things that I'm researching and I'm very interested in at this stage. I expect for this message to be the last one on the topic of the recent videos of the channel. There will be no more drama and negative shit on this channel as well. Therefore, we're moving to the second part of this video where I will tell you how to spot scam projects, how to make sure you will not be investing funds into something that has a high potential of going to zero, or how to understand these things, how to understand what's going to happen with the project, and if you understand what is happening in the background, how to capitalize on this as well. This is very important as well. People who were early in the project that I was covering in the last couple of weeks made a bunch of money as well, even if they did not have insights. At least 3, 4, 5x from the bottom. Let's check out this information, and I believe it will be valuable for you as well. So this is the presentation that I was working for the last several months in order to provide you with it. I spent numerous amount of hours. I spent the time of several team members in order to be able to provide you with this list of information, with this quality of this presentation. Just imagine how much work it actually took me. If you truly appreciate the work that I've put into composing this list, into providing these animations, these backgrounds, these slides, these pictures, like and subscribe to this channel. It was very hard to provide you with this list in the first place, right? This is the list of how you can spot red flags into the project, which would help you to make a decision on whether or not you would want to invest into the project or not. In this case, I will specifically be talking about projects connected with the BTC layer 2. The reason I'm talking about Bitcoin layer 2 projects is because I believe it's going to be the hottest narrative of the upcoming bull market, at least in 2024. The main reason for that I see is because a bunch of high-end people with liquidity from last cycle, Ethereum people in the first place, they understand what type of numbers layer 2 and Ethereum are doing currently, and they understand this narrative very well. It's easy for them to digest, therefore it's easy for them to invest money into these things. Therefore, I do see and I do understand that we would see a bunch more layer 2 Bitcoin projects moving forward. Exactly the project that I was covering for 2 weeks on this channel as well. And I will provide you with a list of criteria, a list of information on how you can make sure to spot red flags and green flags at the same time, so you would know what type of projects you would want to be investing yourself. So let's start with the list from point 1 till point 7. The first one, speaking specifically about Bitcoin layer 2, OG Ordinals Communities. I am not a genius. The main thing, when you find any new Bitcoin layer 2 shiny project everyone is talking about, you need to be present in OG Ordinals Communities. There are a bunch of communities that you can join as a free member as well. Projects like Track, you can just go in the Discord and join them. There are a bunch of OG YouTube influencers like Block Runners and Ordinal Revolution. You can just join them and you can see what are they discussing in the Discords. And if they are discussing your project and they knew about the project previously, that's a green flag. So if you are in OG Ordinals Communities and you see these guys discussing the project, it's a green flag, especially the fact if they were discussing this project before. If it's something that's coming out of nothing and no one in OG Ordinals Communities are talking about the project, you can consider this as a red flag. This was my first red flag in me understanding that the recent project I was talking about on this channel might have bad intentions in the first place. That's very important. If you are in OG Ordinals Communities, you specifically would have the advantage. I'm paying several $1,000s myself to be in some of them, plus I have a Bitcoin Frog and some other NFTs as well. You can either buy NFTs from Magic Eden to enter these communities, or there are a bunch of free communities as well. So if you would want me to share these communities with you, just write in the comments. I will provide you with a full list of good communities that you can actually join, because the first thing is the quality of information information, with the quality of information, you can actually be making quality investments, right? The second thing, which is technical substance, whether or not a solution actually can be developed and whether or not there were certain developments in this space that would allow for this solution to basically appear. On my Patreon page, if you would check out the first post, which is actually free, I'm providing you with 2 actionable technical steps on how you can actually do this process for yourself easily and with low investments of funds as well. The first one is use ChatGPT. Yes, it's stupid, it's simple, but it actually works. If you would ask ChatGPT at this stage whether or not ZK rollups are actually possible on BTC, it will tell you that it's very theoretical. It's something that people are testing out and things like that. So ChatGPT does not tell you no, does not tell you zero right away, but it's a great red flag to understand and to have. With this type of research and with other red flags, for example, that the project is not being discussed in OG Ordinals communities, you can already continue your research and already have 2 red flags. Very, very important. Move on. Point number 3, marketing buzz going on. You need to understand what type of marketing buzz is actually going within the project. What are the influencers that are shilling this token? If they're overshilling the project, why might they be overshilling the project? Maybe they're getting a larger allocation on token generation event. Maybe there is something enormous with the allocations and the percentages that they're actually getting on the token generation event, right? At the same time, if influencers that they're talking about specific project in this narrative, they were never talking about this narrative and the projects in this narrative, you should also be very, very careful. And you can also use it as an additional red flag. And if you are in the market for quite some time, you would pretty much understand what are the influencers that are worth watching and what are the influencers that might not be worth watching, right? Point number 4, technical due diligence and how you can do it yourself. Best thing, if you are the part of OG Ordinals communities, there are a bunch of developers there. You can ask them about what do you think about that project, this project, and things like that. This way you are paying for this information with time and probably with the goodwill of people that you were able to build before. As you are in the network, you are sharing some valuable information, they like talking to you, you're a likable person, and things like that. That's basically the easiest way. If you have any software engineering friends, you can ask them, go check out the GitHub, please provide me with some feedback, what is on the GitHub, what type of valuable information you actually saw, and things like that. That's the step number 2, right? If you don't know any engineers, if you're not part of any communities, you can still do the process yourself. The first one, ChatGPT, the same thing. Very, very easy and very, very interesting to use. I had presentations in my life where I needed to talk about the topic, hard technical compliances topic I knew nothing about. I was spending 4 hours with ChatGPT just focusly learning, asking questions. What is this? What is that? What's going to happen? And things like that. And I was able to sound as an expert on the presentations. It's a very great tool that definitely needs utilization if you are not using it on a daily basis at this stage. Step number 2, in terms of how you can actually get advantage with the technical due diligence process. There are websites like Upwork.com and Fiverr as well, and essentially a bunch of freelance platforms as well, where you can hire senior blockchain engineers or senior engineers in general to ask them to do a review on your behalf of the project to spend like 2 to 5 to 6 hours. So you would just be paying from 150 to 300 bucks if you hire engineers from somewhere like Eastern Europe or other regions, and they will be providing you with the report in terms of what exactly is happening with the project. If you invest in at least from 2 to 3,000 into the project long term, it's already worth it to have this type of review. At the same time, if you are investing as a party, for example, we want to invest 2k, but you know 4 other people who invest in 2k, it would make sense to hire this person to basically do a research for you as well. It's a very, very great tool. You might think that it's hard to do it the first time. It's not hard. You will pretty much spend 2 to 3 hours in order to hire the person and explain the task, but it's going to happen once, and then you would basically be able to use the same person, which would be very, very fast, or you would be going through the hiring process very, very fast as well, and you will significantly increase the success chance of your investments. It's very important information, right? So to sum up, first thing, OG Ordinal communities. Are they discussing the project or not? Second thing, technical substance. If something that the project is claiming to do is actually doable, just clarify with ChatGPT, ask around as well. 3, marketing buzz going on. Who is marketing and shilling the project. What are these people doing? What type of marketing the project is using? 4. Technical due diligence and how you can do it yourself. If you would be doing at least these 4 parts stably on each and every project that you invest into, you would significantly increase the success chance of your investments. At the same time, some tips that I'm providing are not being leveraged and are not being used even by larger funds at this stage. It's a very, very interesting edge that you can get on the market because everyone thinks that technology is complex, you need like proper people and things like that. With ChatGPT, you would be able to do a basic research. With websites like Upwork and Fiverr, you'll be able to hire engineers for several hours in order to basically do this research for you as well. It's a very, very great and straightforward thing. Point number 5, narrative going on. Be careful if the project is using the combination of the hottest narratives. That should notify you right away that something might not be right, that you should do a bit more research and understand what exactly is happening. Or use this information in order to capitalize on it, because maybe you understood this information, you understand that something shady might be going on, but you see that we're still early and this project will probably get pumped on moving forward. If you would want to use this information to capitalize on it as well. So if we have a combination of narratives as a Bitcoin layer 2 or basically as any project, be very, very careful. If it's too good to be true, it's probably not true, right? Point number 6, builders. That's one of the most important things, especially in comparison with BTC Layer 2. We will have so many developers and so many teams coming out currently claiming that they would be building Bitcoin Layer 2, raising crazy amounts of funds for that, because VCs, they just want to throw the funds out into these people. And these people, they would actually be choosing what type of VC to pick in order to receive these funds, because everyone understands the bullishness of this narrative. The main thing to understand is who stands behind the development team, what type of experience these people have, were they developing anything in connection to BTC ecosystem, to Ordinals already, what is specifically happening with the project. The main goal and the main idea behind that is because if people are true OG builders in this space, you would probably capitalize on the things that they're building. There are a lot of ordinal whales who are following the strategy on just buying anything from OG developers in ordinal space, because these guys, they have the track record, they've been developing for quite some time, they're probably developing because they like the technology so much, and they're probably so fucking rich at this stage that they would not want or need to scam you in the first place. OG builders. I would want to provide you with an example as well. There is a Merlin chain, a layer 2 BTC solution currently. You cannot buy the token at this stage, although you can go and check out some tools that they have, so you might be eligible for airdrop, but no one is basically saying at this stage the airdrop is coming. The builder behind Merlin chain is the guy who built a bunch of solutions in Ordinals ecosystem, and all of them, they appreciate it on the market very, very well. It's great to follow this type of strategy. It's very, very wise. And this is something that these like larger people with funds, they're basically doing. You might employ the same type of strategy for yourself in order to succeed in this new narrative. Because obviously, in terms of the projects that would be coming on the marketplace, you will not get access into like private IDOs of layer 2s or private investment opportunities. Only people with large amounts of capital and probably with some type of benefits on top, some type of businesses that they would be able to provide the value to these projects with, would get a potential location in these projects, and they would have to put substantial amounts of money in order to be able to invest into these projects early stage. And they would have a crazy vesting schedule if it's a proper project as well. Very, very important. You need to have higher quality of information in order to be able to win these people. No one is stupid on the market. And basically, in order to do that, you would want to have a lot of and deploy a lot of these 6 points. If you're in OG Ordinal Communities, if you understand technical substance and actually learn with ChatGPT, if you understand the marketing buzz and what's going on with influencers and what are the goals, if you understand if you've done technical DD and you know that it's a good project and things like that, if you understand that the narrative is proper, it's a place and it's actually something doable, if you understand that builders are OGs, they've been in the space for quite some time, and the things that they worked on appreciated by the market heavily, these are all good signs in terms of the investments. These are green flags. At the same time, if you don't see all these things, they are obviously red flags. The last but not least, being focused on one space, understand what's going on. So if we are speaking specifically about Bitcoin layer 2s, they are closely connected with Bitcoin layer 1s, with ordinals, with everything that's going on with NFTs on chain, ordinals, different meta protocols and things like that. It's very, very important to be in this space because I genuinely believe this is going to be one of the greatest opportunity in the upcoming cycle. And all these millionaires, all these guys, they believe the same because they are voting with the wallets right as we speak. The edge that you might have is that they don't have time or they don't want to because they just have too much liquidity from last cycle to get into these things, to understand these things. But the key thing is to understand where the money are flowing and be positioned earlier. Money are flowing into BTC layer 2 at this stage, which is also very, very bullish for ordinals and anything connected with the BTC ecosystem as well. This is it in terms of this video. I will also be recording a video on the market makers. I will actually be drawing the chart of the token so you would actually be able to understand how the manipulation is happening, and I will also be talking on some projects and some legit projects, separate videos in BRC20 and ordinal space. And moving forward, I would probably be focusing more on this topic, yet I will probably be talking about others as well. I just really like ordinals, BTC ecosystem. I think it's one of the main developments in this space this cycle, and I think it will be appreciated greatly, despite all the other great things we have on the market. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you like the content, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.